Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Ask Dr. Zaino Live. And technically, we are on episode 59, which is awesome. About to hit the big 6-0 there. If you're watching in live from chirothoughtleaders.com/ask-dr-Zaino, then you know if you scroll down the page, you'll see a chat roll. Please let us know, just comment and questions. We're going to get to them. And then if you're watching on this page, we actually have it set up kind of special tonight. You'll see three big red buttons below this live video. And we'll get more into them and kind of what they are. But the first one says Live It to Lead It, May 5th through the 7th. The second one says Cairo CEO, May 12th through the 13th. And the third one says Reach Academy Live, May 18th through the 20th. So most of you who get our emails know that is Dr. Zaino's schedule over the month of May. And those are the seminars. So we want to invite you out to be at those seminars with us. Either one of those buttons you click on will show you more information about the seminars coming up next month. And that being said, let me introduce the man himself, Dr. Chris Zaino. How are you?
What's up, Tabor? What's going on, man? I have my phone in front of the TV, and I was just checking to see if you still had that goatee, dude.
Still got it. It's growing strong.
I know what that means, man.
Yeah, dude. You know what it means is
Shit's not real. That's what it means.
what it means is Gina likes it. That's why she won't let me shave it.
Hey, I know what type of woman Gina is now.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Awesome.
Like, what do you like when I let it go, or just it's either one or the other. I just don't like that in between stage, so I keep it.
Honestly, I don't even like it. I want to shave it all off, but I had this in college, and Gina was like, "You should grow it back." So then I grew it back, and then I said, "Well, I got some videos to do. I got to shave it off." She's like, "No, if you shave that off, I'm gonna cut my hair." And I was like, "Oh."
Okay,
I was
right.
like, "Never mind then. I'll keep
Happy
it."
life, happy life. That's what you want.
That's right. I was like, "Who else am I gonna try to impress?" So we're
My
good.
wife wanted me to have a unibrow, and it would make her happy.
You draw it in every day.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Well, thanks everybody for showing up. Yeah, let me do the intro. Thanks, guys, so much for coming to Ask Dr. Zaino show. In reality, what all these shows are, they're just becoming one huge, massive conversation from the 15-minute fuels, from the spinal hygiene program, from the We Are Heroes show. It's all like we're just all connected, keeping the conversation going. Now, those three links below had several of you guys saying you want to, where am I speaking next? You're like, are you going to speak? Because I haven't spoken in years, right? And it was on purpose, I just kept it tight. Tabor and I just kept it close. And so now that I'm speaking again, so the Live It to Lead It will be the first one. That'll be in Atlanta with Dr. Dan Papa. I'll be speaking Saturday there. And anybody who gets any of these links or registers, I do a personal fireside breakout session with you. So on the off hours of the event, we'll all meet up in a location in the hotel or outside there, and we'll just do just a one-on-one personal, like you say, these Ask Dr. Zaino shows. The best stuff comes from these improv moments where we could just sit there and mastermind with each other. And that's my bonus to you if you get those tickets, and we'll have the list of people who do it. So Dan Papa's event in Atlanta, if you can make it, great, sign up. Then the week after, I'll be in Nashville. So for the docs out there, Dr. Josh Axe allowed me to put that link out. It's only a mastermind for 75 to 80 people. And it's just the Cairo CEO, but it doesn't have to just be Cairo's. It's anybody who owns any type of business that you want to go from an operator to an owner. So it's, Josh is really great. Josh and Pete Camiola and Jordan Rubin, they're amazing at scaling and really just automating your practice. So no one's done it really better. And so it's great. And what I like about them, because they are Cairo's and they actually did it, it's nice to see they understand us. You know what I mean? So I could go to any business seminar and learn how to scale. But when someone knows, the chiropractor is a unique beast, right? In a good way. Like there's just a unique thing about us, and like the feeling of taking care of patients. It's like, we don't want to, we love those people. They're our family. So there's all these dynamics that it's very hard for us for a book to totally relate to us. So to have someone who's done it like Josh and Dr. Pete Camiola and those guys, so it'll be a great event. I'm going there to learn some wisdom from them. And then the week after that, this is go time. This is opportunity time. So Pete Vargas, remember, 3 things to turn into the hero, right, Tabor? Here's the 3 things. Number 1, you need to embrace the hero mindset. The hero mindset is massive pride, massive ego, and massive humility. You can have all those at once, because pride and ego are needed, because the true definition of those means that if you don't have pleasure or satisfaction in the gifts you've been given by your creator or by God. So here's the gifts I have. If I don't have satisfaction or pleasure in them, if I don't have the satisfaction of my achievements and the self-confidence and self-importance to say that, hey, what I have and what I do is important to this world, like, that's pride and ego. If we don't have that, then you can't be the hero. But here's the thing, you could have that, but we could be self-aware that we do have weaknesses. And in our weaknesses comes the humility that balances everything out. So you can have pride, ego, humility. That's the hero mindset. And then you have to discover your superpowers. Every hero, the purpose, one of the purposes of the hero is to understand and discover your unique gifts and talents. And everybody has them. Tabor has them, I have them, you know what they are. And then the work of your life should be developing those gifts. My hero keynote is not about what you need more of. My whole thing is just like innate intelligence. It's not what you need more of. It's developing what you already got. Like Ryder and Jason, Jaden, our kids, we could tell by looking at our children that we were already born worthy and equipped. So it's not about getting more. It's about getting back and unveiling what we already had. Mm-hmm. And then the third thing, so you discover then the mission of the hero is, of course, to give those gifts out abundantly for the benefit of others. And then the third pillar, or the third transformational part of that, is to then choose your vehicle of influence. Every superhero has a vehicle. So is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it radio or audible or podcasting? Is it teaching? Is it speaking, right? Video? One of the above. So get good at them all. So this now at the Reach Academy, Pete Vargas is hugely successful in helping you, if you are a speaker, to get your vehicle of influence on stages. And so my main goal is to get my vehicle of influence is speaking and video, to then be able to get to the stage. We're not talking about just a Cairo stage, which of course I love, but now it's talking to the stages of 5, 10, 15, 20,000 people, and really taking it to a new level. So they're gonna teach you how to, number one, he does 3 things. He's so good at his message. I remember the 3 things. The first one you're gonna learn is your story. Then you're gonna learn about stages, and then you're gonna learn about scaling. So how to take your message, how to then, because there's something called meeting planners. Did you know that, guys? So Tabor, there's like scouts. Did you know that? So the meeting planners, they scout through reputation who's good, because they want to put good people on their stage, because their whole concern is the audience member. They're like, what's going to be the best for the audience member? Because if the audience member is fulfilled and has a great experience, then they look good. So it's like there's scouts looking for speakers. So then it's how to approach those, how to meet those scouts, so to speak, and then how to get on the stages and scale it. And the scaling would be then, if you're on stage, just not as a keynote, but how do you elegantly say, here, come follow me, meaning that, let's go, here's my program, or here's my book, like the elegant way of doing it, not being pitched all the time. So I'm super excited for that. And also they have a speak off. The VIP is a speak off. We have 3 minutes to speak. And then if you pass, you have 5 minutes to speak, and 19 to 20 meeting planners are there. And then they get to see you. So it's big opportunity. So again, I'm working my tail off with Roberto, because 3 minutes to get a message across in 3 minutes, it's like I'm going to say it felt like cutting off limbs, but I'm changing my language to I'm enjoying the process of trying to get my message done in 3 minutes. So pick one of those events, whatever's customized for you, click the link, and then look at them after the show, of course. And then if you can make all of them, great too, whatever you feel, but this is what I'm supporting, doing, and I want you to be able to benefit as well. All right, Tabe.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I didn't realize it was that intense, man. Like you're up against people speaking for 3 minutes, dude. That's really, really cool.
Cool. Hey, Tabor, see what Tabor just said. Remember that? So we just spoke about it. So Tabor, I'm going to give you a little something that's going to help you out here. I thought the same thing. I'm like, man, I'm going to go against these amazing speakers because it's not just Kairos, right?
Right.
I'm like, see, I was about to say I'm out of my league, right? As Kairos, we say that, man, we feel less than. But here's the thing, Tabor, how many doctor's report do you do a week?
At least 3, sometimes 4.
3 to 4 doctor's report. How many years?
Uh, over the last 8 years, maybe I've done 3 or 4 over the last year, and then I did about 2 a week before that over the last 8 years.
So Tabor, and how many dinners do you do?
I do 2 dinners a month.
Okay, so that's 24. How many years have you been doing dinners?
About 8 years. I did 2 dinners a month over the last year, and then a dinner a month for 8 years before that.
Okay, I'm just spitballing it, but Tabor, you've spoken over 1,300 times.
Yeah, well.
Not to mention all the other talks you did. So just
Not to mention the once a week right here on the Ask
yeah,
Dr. Zaino show.
so you've spoken over 1,300 times. So when you go to an event like that, how many people do you really think spoke over 1,300 times?
And a lunch and learn a week probably too, man.
Right. So let's say 1,500 times. So how many people you think really talked over 1,500 times?
That's true. They probably don't get that many opportunities.
Once a month,
Yeah.
twice a week, twice, once a week.
Right.
So, dude, I was the same way. And Woody's like, babe, you spoke, and she did the math. She's like, you've spoken over 3,800 times. And she's
Wow.
like, I like, so she's like, so you have experience. So that's the thing. I remember, like, so if you're watching this right now and you're a writer, you're good on video, you're a speaker, or you're great on podcasting, and then the first thing you want to do, because it's you want to devalue yourself, but you don't realize that you've done it just as much, if not more. I'm not saying you're better. I'm saying you have just as much, if not more, experience than anybody else in the world does.
Yep.
You got it, Tate?
Yep. That's awesome, man. I
So
love it.
because of it, I'm like, all right, man, let's do this 3 minutes, so let's bring it.
Dude, 3 minutes. Yeah, that's going to be nothing for you, man. All right. So actually, let me throw this question out that is a live comment underneath here, and then we'll get to a longer question that's a lot deeper. So CJ says, am I the only one that has friends of the family trying to get me to cut my fees? He says, I won't, but they can't afford it. What are your thoughts?
Friends of my family?
Yeah, your friends and family want you to cut the fees.
Oh, like his friends and family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a value thing. And when it comes to that, perfect example today, I'll give you 2 examples. No, all you need is one. It's if you look at it, it's a value thing. So if I cut the fee for my friend, then I'm saying Tabor, who paid full fee for his entire family, I'm saying that my friend's money is worth more than Tabor's that paid full fee for his family. So let's say you're a patient, Tabor, you came with your entire family, you paid full price, and then someone, like whether it be a friend or family or just someone wants a discount, you're literally saying that, well, your money, your dollar is worth more than Tabor's to get the same amount of value.
Right.
So, like you're going to give the same value, but for lower. So this has everything to do not with money, but with value.
Yeah.
So if they wanted something cheaper, you could cut the rehab. If you do rehab, you could take away the rehab kit, which we don't want to do that, right, Tabor? They got the rehab kit. Or maybe if they want, cut down their adjustments. And like it has to be a value, because if I'm going to adjust Tabor's family 3 times a week and he's paying a full fee of this or that, and that's the exchange of value. Just for instance, even Rob Neuenschwander, he's working for me now. He's doing amazing. Dr. Rob.
Yeah.
So he's doing Facebook ads. And Dr. Travis is also doing Facebook ads. And Dr. Travis is paying for them 100% out of his pocket. So Dr. Rob goes, Dr. Z, so I'm going to do Facebook ads. Should I get to you or Whitney about paying for it? And Rob wasn't looking for any handout, but he thought that the office paid for it. And I'm like, man, I go, Dr. Travis is paying 100% of his Facebook ads. I go, so if I was to even give you $1 or pay for any of your Facebook ads, I'd basically be punching Travis right in the face.
Right.
So, and Rob, he's wonderful. Of course, he got it because he didn't know the behind the scenes. But that was an even greater example because because I really felt it, because now I took myself out of the picture. I mean, like for me, of course, Tabor, I treat you half off, like because that's what I would do because you're my friend. But when I took it to where I looked at my two awesome doctors and said, one's really investing in himself, and Rob is and Rob's invested in himself too. But to think, well, if I was to just let Travis pay on his own and put his money into it, and not for one other dog, I'd literally be literally punching him in the face. So I realized, wow, what a great value that
Yep.
was, an example. So that's what I would do when it comes to that. I would lower the price if you're going to lower the amount of value given.
Yep. No, I agree. Good point and good examples.
Quote unquote, even though you'll probably not do that, you'll probably give your buddy a break. I get it.
Right.
But I think, it's somewhat invalidating, but you got to just be okay with it. You see how they turn
Yep.
that around? So even though that's the right thing to do, but I know you're going to still give your buddy the full fee. Yeah, the full care for less fee. It's probably going to happen that way, so don't beat yourself up over it.
Right. Yeah, it does happen.
What a digress. I did all that to just say.
No, yeah, you're spot on. All right, watch this. So I know, I don't know this, but I would imagine, Dr. Zainer, that the following that you've grown, the topics that you cover, that you probably get a lot more intense questions and people who are looking for help. And so we got an email from a guy named Matt, and he says, "Hey Chris, I followed your videos for a long time now. After I purchased your dinner talk package, I love what you're doing for chiropractic in the profession. I'm hoping you could share some wisdom with me. I'm 45. Had a motorcycle accident a long time ago. It left me paraplegic from the chest down. He said, I'm really lucky. I've managed to get back into practice, married an amazing woman, had 2 amazing kids, really have it all. But as he said, he has a upper motor neuron problem for a long time now, and it looks like kidney failure in the next 5 years. Both are deteriorating, and there are other health consequences. But at this point, he's still able to practice. So the reason he's writing is, if he has 5 years of decent health left, in order to set up his family, and his children are 6 and 9, so he wants to try to work on some income, perpetual income. He goes, I know this is a long shot, but you seem to be the most financially savvy guy around, and I know you're not out to rip people off. So I thought I would just put it out there and see if you have any ideas. At the moment, I'm maxed out in practice. It feels like there isn't a lot of profit there, and I don't want to work the next 5 years and have nothing to show for it for my family. I totally understand if you don't have any ideas, but I thought it was worth a try. Thanks.
No, I have an idea.
Yeah.
So Matt's saying that he technically was given probably 5 years to live. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Matt, I want you to go online and I want you to look up the YouTube video, the last Tabor, you know the one I mean? It was like the last
yeah, the last lecture or something like that.
Yes. Matt, you have just entered into, and Matt, I'm not saying this to envy you, but I'm actually envying the situation you're in right now, because you have the greatest opportunity than anybody listening to this online. Because the thing is this, you may, which I think it's a lie, only have 5 years to go. But if Tabor and I knew we only had 5 years, we would totally change the way we look at life. All of us on this line would. So knowing that, let's say 5 years, and I'm not speaking that at all, but there's a guy who wrote something called, he did the last lecture. He was a lecturer, and he did a lecture on basically everything. There he is. His name was The Last Lecture by Randy Posh.
Yep, I see it.
Okay. So listen, what he did, he had pancreatic cancer. He was giving months to live. And you know what? Instead of saying, listen, I don't have, what am I going to do for my family? To him, it wasn't, how can I financially get them stable? For him, his main thing was, what legacy and what can I leave for my kids?
It's hard.
So what he did was, he did this lecture. And when you're watching the lecture, it's basically like things to live by in life. At the end of the day, what really mattered. And then the whole thing, or the punchline, was that whole lecture was for his kids. Yeah. He did pass away, but because he went and did something like that, he wrote a book during that time, and he had maybe a year or two left. He didn't have 5. He had maybe 2 years, maybe. He wrote a book. He was on Oprah. He literally traveled every week with his family because his wife supported, because she knew she was losing her husband. So instead of him laying down and dying, she supported him, and the family traveled, and he spoke several times a week all over the world. Like I said, went to Oprah, wrote a book, and impacted, I mean, how many views was on that, right? Millions?
18 million.
18 million people. Well, that's just one video, and the videos were like copied. So he impacted 100 million people because it was all about what he wanted to leave for his kids and his family. And in doing so, the keynote, going for it and putting himself out there saying, listen, my clock is ticking down just like everybody else's clock, but I kind of know it's ticking. This is what I've been through in my life. So I'm going to tell you my life journey and story. And what I had to leave to my kids or what I would leave with you. And Tabor, because of his lectures, his keynotes, and not lying down, knowing that he had years to live, all of that, and the books and everybody coming behind that message, because he went for an impact, the side effect was his family is now completely set financially for life.
Wow.
So do you see, so in the ashes, you got a phoenix out of that to find the beauty in that and know that you've been given a specific opportunity to go. And now, see, that's the thing. You're a chiropractor who is only adjusting so many people per week, which is amazing, dude. I don't even know how the hell you were adjusting people. So just think, you impacted 10 to 70 people a week, and now you've just been given the opportunity, watch this, to impact over 100 million people. That I wish I could say I could do someday. You know, I would feel well done if I did, but you have an opportunity now to be able to do that with your story and your situation, and you would be able to inspire a world that is living in a secret identity. You will actually be able to give other people permission to get off their butts and to make a difference in this world. So I'm asking you to not sit in the ashes. Well, I get it, what you've been through. But instead of getting mad at God, I need you to look at it like, thank you for the opportunity. And I need you to develop. I would go to that reach thing, man. I would go there. Why? Because you're going to learn how to tell your story and the future story. You're going to learn how to get on stages to speak to the world. And 3, you're going to learn how to scale it. So your family, you can leave a legacy for your family and others to keep your message going. But you got to choose to do that. You are officially, you're this close away from full hero mode. You got to decide to do it.
Yep.
So some people, sometimes your superpower is a situation. I'll say it again. I'm writing that down. Sometimes your superpower is a situation.
Yep.
And no one would wish that in the world. Tabor, no one would wish their child to be born and have to get open heart surgery. And here's the deal, Tabor. Does anybody in life, if you listen to this, do you know that Tabor knows in his mind? Tabor lives every day and wakes up every damn day knowing that his son has to go under surgery again because he's growing. So he knows his son has to go. So imagine every day you see your kid knowing that what he went through already, that his chest is going to have to get cut open again. And so you don't think that's a low level stress for Tabor every single day, but at the same time, as horrific as that thought is, Tabor looks and loves his son more than most of us ever could imagine on this line because we never experienced the pain.
Yeah. Thank you.
So it's in the moment. This is in the moment is when you choose how you react to it. You're going to either be the hero or you're going to be the secret identity. You're going to either phase away into life or you're going to leave an impact that will change the world forever, where someone will talk about you in the future saying, hey, did you see this video of this doctor who was paraplegic, still kept working? He fought with the depression of how am I going to supply for my family? He may not live. And with all that there, he went out and impacted the world. Charlie Majors, the thing is, he beat cancer and he went on the road, put himself in a stressful situation to probably aggravate it again. But the 6 years he got back, he made an amazing impact. You follow what I'm saying? So use this time to see that you just entered, that diagnosis became the biggest opportunity in your life to impact more people than you ever could if you could. The impact you have now without you being able to use your feet and legs is an impact that that most people can never do with every limb working perfect with perfect
That's right.
kidneys.
That's right.
So this is now your opportunity. I want you to see it that way, Matt. And I want you to stay in contact with Tabor Eye. And I promise you, I will connect you with who I have to connect you with. But here's the thing, dude. You have to decide to transform and do that. So I would highly recommend you tell your story and you get on stages, and that's how you do it, man.
Yep.
You could hire, sell your practice or be in it. But I think you got the story now. So now it's the time, the clock's ticking down for you to make, and your goal should be, the scoreboard is how many people can I shift their mind and make an impact? And
Yep.
you could easily do 100 million people.
I mean, look at the impact you're having right now without even just telling your story. And now hundreds of chiropractors that listen to this are, I mean, we're motivated and inspired to do more tomorrow just because you wrote an email telling your story. Imagine if you were out there really telling your story, you know?
Like, you got to think, Matt, it's so easy to look back. Tabor, I'm trying to be empathetic. Like, if that was my situation, I would almost be like, God, why did this shit happen in my life? Like, and people say, like, you could get angry with God, guys. Like, you could have a conversation, have a real conversation. Like, why? Like, why me? Why is this stuff happen to me? I'm a good person. Why do I have to go through this?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, so if you have to, if you ask that question, why, it's not out of vain. Maybe that you were the one who was able to carry on the message that needed to be carried on. And that was the vehicle it was going to be carried through.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense how Tabor's son was born. Like it doesn't make sense. But in the macro, I never heard Tabor do a better talk in my life when he talked about his son. And Matt, I never heard a situation in the future with you that you'll be able to make an impact like you can. So that's why, like, it's how you react to it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Matt, thanks for asking that question today. I really appreciate it. And we'll stay in touch and make sure that I'll send you those links. Actually, it was by email, so I'll email Matt those links. And we don't have any more questions, but we've got a lot of people who are just supporting Matt. Says, listen, also Matt, listen to Steve Jobs' Stanford commencement speech too. Live your legacy every day. And then Zaino says, you're awesome and authentic. And then says, and turn your situation and your superpower on. We've got some amens here. So everybody's super supportive of Matt, and I know he's going to do some great things, and he's going to have more than 5 years left, but he's going to be so motivated to be able to do them. So,
it's funny, like you said, like Billy Graham, that guy's still alive, man. He's like in his 90s. Billy Graham tried to retire like in his 70s, and he couldn't. Every time he would retire, he'd get sick, and you just can't. Like you got to live out your calling and your purpose. So
yeah,
the will to live.
Yeah,
the will to live. But your story, I mean, just the fact, like Tabor, his first part of his story, being a paraplegic and like actually starting to fight. Like how come he wasn't at Light Vision? Like,
right, exactly.
How come he's not at Cow Jam?
Yeah,
I want to hear him, because you know what? Hearing him speak, I have nothing to freaking, like, there's no way, like, if I complain, you need to punch me in the face.
That's right. No, absolutely, man.
Like, that's what I don't get. They're like, see, Matt, you've been too silent. You've been too silent.
Yep.
Freaking standing ovations.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think,
Matt, in the situations you can't stand, everybody will stand for you.
That's right. I love it. I love it. Well,
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, no, I think that did it right there. I mean, I think we got what we came for tonight in that one question. So extremely inspirational. And if there are no questions here, I just want to reiterate that there are 3 red buttons below this video that you're going to get to spend some one-on-one time with Dr. Zaino at these seminars. If you're here and you buy through those links, the first seminar is eyes. This is live. No, that's live it to lead it is Dan Pompa. Is that right, Dr. Zaino?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Nashville is Josh Axe. 3 is Peter Vargas. Reach.
That's right.
Guys,
Yep.
pick one of those or pick them all. And also, Tabor, let's do this. Contact Matt. And Juan Munoz had a great idea. Let's contact Matt, and Matt will be on the Ask Dr. Zaino show next Wednesday night. And Matt, you're going to tell your story to us next Wednesday night.
I love that.
So Matt, don't get nervous, man. I need to be like, see, just to let you know, Matt, I'm never scripted. All right, it's all. That's why you like me, because I'm transparent. I'm not. That's why 3 minutes is tough for me to talk, because I got to memorize every word. So Matt, get with Tabor. Tabor contact on Wednesday night. We'll have you on the show, and let's just talk it out, man. Start sharing your story, and that'll be your first kind of demo reel, so to speak, that we get out to the world. How's that? That's my support to you.
That's so awesome, man. I love that.
And then Matt, you'll be on the We Are Heroes show like we're doing right now. Support. So I'm giving you everything I got. So I'll support you 100%, because that's like, you're the story I've been waiting to hear.
Yep. 100%. All right. Well,
thanks so much.
Yep. Anything else? Good?
No, man. I'm done.
Cool, man. I love it. All right. Well, I just want to encourage everybody, check out those events. We'll see you there, and we'll see you next week. We're going to try to contact Matt, see if we can get him on. So everybody have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. Keep sharing the message. Good night.